Hello. Oh, I never thought about going to my old social media pages, like my Facebook and TikTok. I never thought about going on there and telling them to subscribe to my YouTube channel and getting a connection with them, you know, and getting them to subscribe to my YouTube channel because me telling them and leaving pictures saying, come to my YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe, that wouldn't happen. So I had to go live on TikTok today and I was like, I said, y'all, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm at 900 subscribers. I said, maybe y'all can help me get to 1,000. Only 2 people subscribe from my TikTok channel. I said, well, you see me every day. And I said, thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you. Because I support God. Like, my eyes are open. I know what I'm dealing with in life. I know when people come at you, they come with problems. They don't come perfect. So I have to deal with anybody that God put in my life, in my path. Like right now, you're in my life. Because I get to see you and talk to you. And people who come in my path, I get to see them and talk to them. But I only gotta say what God say. God give me words to say, season with salt. I can't stay around them. They be wanting to like stay connected with me. The only way I can stay connected with you and stay connected to you, period, is by this way. Yep. So I want to thank the people who did subscribe today. They came from TikTok. I'm gonna go on my Facebook page and tell them to do the same thing. I love wearing lip gloss. Besides, I got big lips. I don't need to be licking them. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Facebook and be like, y'all subscribe to your girl channel. Like, support this channel. You know. And it's like, if you're not a hater, you gonna subscribe. You gonna show me some love. I need a lot of people to subscribe so I can talk to the whole world. I wish the whole world, when I come on, I wish the whole world, everybody in the world, everybody's phone will come on at the same time and I pop up on it. So that I can tell them how to overcome evil with good, how to grow through what you're going through, how to make it, how to survive. A family helps at all kinds of trouble. Like, you're in trouble. You were born in trouble. And it's like, I'm going to help you get out of trouble. You don't see it. You think you're okay, but your inward man, your spiritual man is screaming out for help, help, help. But your flesh trying to take over. It's like, your flesh is like, it grumbles, it complains, it don't want to do this, it don't want to help nobody, it don't want to give God glory. It's just your flesh is something else. And I'm going to teach you how to die to your flesh. Because how can a house stand unless two agree? If my flesh is against me, and if my flesh ain't on one accord with my soul, then somebody got to die. Because I need my soul to stay alive. My flesh got to die. If my flesh is in the way of getting in the way of my blessings, my flesh must die. And I'm going to teach you how to kill your flesh You still gonna be walking around, okay? I'm gonna teach you how to overcome your flesh. You still gonna be in this world. It's not that, oh, I'm gonna take you out the world. You still gonna be in the world. You just gonna be different. You're gonna be in the world but not of it. You're gonna be like, people gonna come to you and they gonna be of the world because the things that they saying and the things that you used to do. Now you gotta learn how to die to your flesh. Don't do what your flesh wanna do. You know, because if your flesh do what it wanna do, then you are actually picking your flesh over your soul. And it's like, no, why can't we both be on one accord? Like my flesh, like, why are you trying to stop me from getting my blessings? So when you see people, you being tempted, it starts like this, okay? When you being tempted because you in this world, when you being tempted, your flesh is gonna want what it want. It's gonna want what it see. It likes pretty things. It like worldly things. Your flesh gonna feel some type of way. But you gotta think about your soul. You gotta die to your flesh. That means you can't do what your flesh wants you to do. To die to your flesh is to acknowledge what you're thinking. Soon as you're thinking about doing wrong, soon as you're thinking about going to have sex, soon as you're thinking about falling down, you gotta crucify your flesh. Don't. It starts with you. It starts with you. When you think about doing wrong, it's something in you trying to pull you down. Seriously, you can't let your flesh pull you down. Your flesh is going back to the dirt. You know, when you die, your flesh go back to the dirt. Yeah. If you don't get your soul right with God, your flesh is automatically going back to the dirt. Because the souls that sin shall die. If you get out of sin, then guess what? You on God's side. You can't be with God and keep your bad ways. God is a changer. He's a helper. He'll help you change for the better. And that's what we need, to change for the better, because a lot of people don't know how to crucify their flesh. Every time they see a woman or a man, they just melt. You know, they just, ooh, because they got money and this and this and this. But guess what? You can tempt me with anything. Anything you want to tempt me with. Guess what? My flesh is dead, baby. You can come kiss on my neck. You can come rub my arm. I'm going to be like, you done? You done? Baby, crucify this flesh. In my head, I'm going to be crucifying my flesh. I'm going to pray right in the midst of it. Because I'm not going to let my flesh get in the way of my blessings. Yes, I'm going to teach you how to crucify your flesh. You still going to be in the world. Look at my flesh. Still look healthy. But I crucify it daily. I die daily. I die daily. But look at me. I'm still here. People think when you say, oh, you're going to die, they like, well, I ain't ready to die. I ain't ready to RIP. I ain't ready to be buried. Babe, look at me. I die daily. What's wrong with me? Nothing. I'm pleasing God because I die daily. I'm drawing near to God because I die daily. I'm getting what God got for me because I die daily. Not my will. Not my will, but the Lord's will be done. I want to be in the Lord's will because my will won't be done. My will was so frustrating. So frustrating. I was always getting lied to. My will was, it was frustrating. So I'm glad that it's another will that we can do and that we can get saved by doing what God wants us to do. I'm glad it's another will that will be done. I'm glad it's another will that's greater than our will, that won't lead us frustrating. I'm glad that we can always depend on God when things don't go our way. I'm glad that somebody loves us. I'm glad. Because if God didn't care, baby, trust me, you would be dead right now. R.I.P. So, hello everybody, welcome. Please subscribe. I love talking about God. I would love to see you come back. I don't know what to do but talk about God, because I died to my flesh. When I was in my flesh, I didn't do this. When I was in my flesh, I was still being sensitive to people who talk about me. Being sensitive. I was still in the, if I was in my flesh is worldly. I was still in the world. And it was like half of my mind was in heavenly places, because I did love God. And you do too. But then when you go by sight, it's like a half of you is like in the world too. So it's like it's like you double-minded, because you say, yeah, I love God, but then you going by sight. And that's what was messing me up. People would say something to me, and I would get offended, because half of me was still in the earth. So I had to learn. I had to learn how to get all of me in heavenly places. I help you do that. On this channel, I will help you do that. I will keep you updated, but you gotta subscribe. You gotta support this channel. I need I need for a lot of people to hear me. I wish I had a big old microphone, and when I speak, everybody like, who is that? What? Because your spiritual man is crying out for help. Your flesh is ignoring it. Your flesh want to do what it want to do. Your flesh don't care, because your flesh going back to the dirt. But if you die the first death, you don't have to go to the dirt. Because if you die the first death, you can live. The second death is going to be bad. The first death is you agreeing to die into your flesh. So I already died to my flesh. So when you try to kill me, talk about me, hurt me, I already died to my flesh. So to die is to live. It ain't me that's talking to you. It's Christ within me. Because once I died to my flesh, except the word, I planted the word in me. I believe in God. I love God. Okay. Oh my God. This phone. I gotta get another phone holder. It's on my steering wheel. So I planted the word in me, right? Okay. This is flesh. Okay. So the word in me flesh. So I died to myself so that the word can take root. I died to my will so that the word can lead me and guide me. I died to my flesh so I won't be against what God what God want us to do, what I was sent to do. I died to myself because I could get in the way of God, which is the word. So I had to die to myself because I didn't want to get in God's way. You know, because say for instance, somebody come around you. I hope you understand what I'm saying. When somebody come around you and you hear your mind telling you help them, but then your flesh be like, shoot. Your flesh will go against God. The word be telling you do something, and you be like, no, I ain't doing that. No, they better go to work. A man don't work. A man don't eat. If man don't eat, work, man don't eat. But God be like, it be like, if you obey the little small voices of helping somebody, you know, it'll make a big difference. You know, so I died to my flesh so that I can hear clearly what God want me to do, because my flesh, it was against it. Only one will could be done. I had to die to myself so that the word can take root and grow and lead me and guide me. Because when I was doing what I wanted to do, it was against what God wanted. Like my flesh would want to go have sex and smoke and do all type of stuff. I had to die to myself so that the word can take root, that the word can grow, that I could obey God. Oh, I hope you understand what I'm saying. For those who understand, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. In order to make it, you gotta do something. You gotta die to your flesh. I die daily. Ain't nothing wrong with dying to your flesh. Ain't nothing wrong with dying to your will. Stop doing what you want to do. Do what God wants you to do. Your flesh ain't gonna want to do what God wants. I'm telling you right now. God said stop sinning. Your flesh gonna be like, what? We human. What? I gotta have some sex. What? I was born like this. What? Your flesh, born in sin, don't know God. Spiritual dead. Spiritual sleep. You gotta die to yourself. The things you like doing, you gotta die to yourself, because it's only one will be done. I'm telling you, when I died to myself, that's when I started hearing from God. My flesh, it was like my flesh was stopping me from getting what God got for me. It's like you be wasting your time if you're gonna keep sinning and praise God. You double-minded. It's like you wasting your time. It's like, dang. And then you can't help nobody because you can't get nothing from God because you still in your flesh. You still doing what you want to do. You still in sin. I found out what to do, okay? God told me. God taught me. God showed me. I went to God because me doing it my way was so frustrating. And I kept loving all my life. I kept loving. I kept being nice. I'm a sweetheart. I kept being nice to people. I kept. Nobody wanted me to talk about God because they was in their flesh. I'm like, and I knew God. I knew God did something for me, but I ended up being deceived because I wanted a man, and I followed the man, and I went the wrong way, and I kept the faith. I kept the faith, but I was still in my wrongdoing, and I was like, Lord bless me, Lord bless me, Lord bless me, and the Lord so when the man left me, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and I said I need to be healed, and that's when I learned, okay, I gotta get out of sin. I gotta work on it. I gotta die to myself. I can't keep doing what I want to do. I love God, but then I ran after a man trying to do what he want me to do, trying to have sex, trying to smoke. I'm like, Lord, don't you see me down here struggling? Lord, I'm doing it my way, and God like, oh my God. God like, girl, you're going to have to learn how to resist that. You're going to have to say no to the wrong. Every time a man come, ooh, God sent me a man. Ooh, God sent me a man. And I love that God. I know you love God, and I know you're going through the same thing that I went through when I was in the world, when I was doing the things of the world. I was like, I love God, but then I was like, shoot, I was looking for me somebody, like, where you at? Like, let's go out, let's have fun, let's do this. Then I was like, I would pray. I was like, Lord, I thank you, Lord, I thank you. I would pray for the dude I was with. I'm like, dang, why am I not getting no breakthrough yet? The man left, and I said, okay, I'm brokenhearted. Now I'm crushed. That man made me start talking about God and everything. I said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I would never let another man tell me to stop talking about you. I said, if a man come in my life and he leave me because I'm talking about God, then oh well. At least I ministered to him. At least I planted the seed. Because I used to stop. I used to want a man so bad. I knew God. I loved God. God came into my life. I ended up being deceived. I ended up going the man way. I ended up going back, the wrong way. Blind leading the blind. But I knew God came into my life. I knew it because he healed me from cancer. And I never went to the doctor. And I was 29 years old when my life changed. I was at the house. something happened to me amazing. And I felt my body shutting down on me at home. Nobody was like, Rosie, you sick. Go to the doctor. Rosie, you need to eat a salad. Rosie, you need some water. Nobody looked out for me. Nobody. All they were doing, what you want? Drugs. Take your clothes off. Drugs. Hey, Harper. I told you guys, Jesus. Yes. I will read it. And I went down. I went down, And God came into my life and healed me from cancer. And I never went to the doctor. So I knew God had did something for me. And then here I go back on the streets, running around after a man. I'm like, God did something. God, I'm telling them about God. They telling me I need to be quiet. Why you always talking about God? It was hard for me to talk to them about God because they was in their flesh and they didn't want to hear it. It was like, oh God. So I ended up stopping talking about God just for a man. When that man left, I said, Lord, I'm so sorry. I would never stop talking about you again. If a man leave me because I'm talking about God, because that man was making me feel like something was wrong with me, because I was just sitting here thinking like, every time I get somebody, I try to tell them that what God did for me. Every time a man come to me, all I want to do is tell them what God did for me. But they never want me. They never want to hear me. They never want to hear about God. But they say they love God. I'm like, okay. I would say, okay, well, I'm going to be quiet next time because I'm tired of them study leaving me and leaving my life. I'm going to be quiet. And God was still there for me, faithfully waiting. God like, see, you can't be quiet on me. You can't stop talking about me. You got to love me more than anything in the world. I need you just to minister. Just tell them about me. They going to leave. One going to come. One going to stay. One going to come. One going to stay. One going to come. So you can't get comfortable. It's like you can't get comfortable. Because when you get comfortable, I wasn't praying when I was comfortable. Baby, we was partying. Baby, we was smoking. Baby, we were ignoring all of the signs that we were supposed to resist. We were ignoring all of the signs that God wanted to. We left God out. That's what we did. Yes. And so the relationship didn't work, and so I said from now on, I was sitting here thinking like, what's wrong with me? And the Holy Spirit said, ain't nothing wrong with you. You got a spiritual mind. And I said, oh, that's what's wrong with me. I said, that's why every time somebody come in my life, I be trying to I be talking about God and they don't like that. And I said, ooh, the devil don't want to hear about God. He don't want to hear about God. And I'm like, dang. It's like, well, how can I help somebody then? And God like, okay, put me first. Turn from your wicked ways. I'm going to use you. I'm going to teach. I'm going to clean you up. Because they don't think it can be done. I'm gonna talk through you. I said, Lord, they not gonna listen to me. They never listen to me. God said, he said, your words will not fall. He said, I'm gonna make sure that your words don't fall to the ground. Because God gonna give you what to say. And when God says something, that's what matters. But the thing is, we gotta get out of sin. Sin is stopping that word from taking root. Sin is like you giving the devil a resting place. When you in sin and you love God, for those who love God, let me tell you something. If you love God, you will obey. You'll obey. You'll obey what he say. And if he said turn from your wicked ways, guess what? It's a reason why he said that. That's how you get on God's side. I'm trying to tell you, you gotta die to your flesh. When I was in my flesh, I wasn't getting nothing. It was just a waste. I'm like, Lord, Lord, I thank you, Lord, I thank you, Lord, I thank you. In my flesh, still smoking, still drinking, still doing what I was, still partying, still, you know. But I never got nothing from God until I decided to give God all my mind, until I decided to repent. And then I resist temptation every single day. Since then, every time somebody tell me to do wrong, I say no. And I'm going to stay with God. I'm going to finish. I'm going to finish this. I can't be living like this. I can't live in sin. I can't be watching people just kill themselves like this. So I got to make sure that I stay on God's side. Because this body is for God. God gonna come help them people who killing themselves, that can't get out of sin. They can't, they think they can't, but they need help. That's why the Lord sent Jesus, but it's something you gotta do. It's something you gotta do. Just love God. Love God. Try to love everybody as possible. If you don't love people, pray about it. You know, ask God to help you learn how to love people, because it's His will that we love one another. Although they doing some stupid stuff, because they fallen, they in sin, and people who have fallen, they do all type of stuff. When you fall, you know, man without God allowed to do anything. Y'all gonna mess around and start dating man and men's. The main one said, I'll never. Don't say that. Don't you never say never. Because you in your flesh. I ain't think I would never date a woman. And I end up doing it. And God got me out of that. And I would never do that again. I'm like, what the world? Okay, so Harper said read 3:16. I'm gonna do this for Harper because she said read 3:16, y'all. Which is, I love John 3:16. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whoever believes in Him should not perish but have everlasting life. For God did not send His Son into the world to condemn the world, because He knew that the world had problems. And like He told the lady, where are your accusers? And He said, he who has no sins cast the first stone. And Jesus said, where are your accusers? Have they condemned you? And the lady said, no, Lord. And Jesus said, neither do I. And then He said, go and sin no more. John 8:11. That's the thing. Your accusers take you to the Lord. He accused of the brethren day and night. Look. They did this. And He'll get you to do it. And He be like tempting you to do it. Like He your flesh. You know, sin. Be like, just do it. Just one hit. Yeah, it won't hurt nothing. Then as soon as you do it, we gotta stone you. You be like, oh my God. But guess what? They take your troubles, your struggles, supposed to take you to God. Because you can't keep falling. Time is steady clicking. You supposed to be on another level by now. You know what I'm saying? But you keep falling. If you think about what the devil told Jesus, He said, all you got to do is fall down and worship me. And all this I give you. Talking about the world. The devil is a liar. All of this ain't his. It ain't his. The devil don't own nothing but hellfire. This is not his. The land should be given, the meek should inherit the earth. How the devil own all this? He didn't build nothing. He didn't speak nothing. He didn't make you, so he surely don't own you. The only reason why he giving you such a hard time is because you on his side, and you in sin, and you working for him. Because you're not doing what you hiding your gifts. You're not obeying God because you don't know God because of sin. Get off his side. Make him stress the devil out. Get off the wrong side. You gotta close the wrong door. You gotta stop doing wrong. You like, how? Okay, I did this. I tried it and it works. Every time I thought about smoking weed, I would say, Jesus, 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 Jesus. I'm telling you, every time I thought about smoking cigarettes, this really helps, y'all. The name of the Lord saved my life. The Lord delivered me. That's like taking those demons to Jesus. Taking your problems to Jesus. Falling down at his feet crying, Jesus, save me, help me. I am a mess. I keep doing wrong things. God, you said man was good. Something happened. Sin came in the picture, which messed us up. But Jesus came to do away the works of the devil, which is sin. Because that's why God said a righteous man falls 7 times, but he get back up. That's why you see people doing all type of stupid stuff because of sin. Because of sin. And guess what? Don't get mad when somebody shoots somebody. Everybody got tests to learn. They don't shot your family member, right? And then you said, lock that sucker up. Your family member could have overcame the evil. Your family member gotta humble themselves. Cause people in sin will kill you. They changes for the worse. And they said, I don't know that. I don't remember that. But now you in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Now you sit behind bars for life. And now, it's like, dang, all because of I had an anger problem. Be ye angry, but sin not. You get it? So it's like, what do you do? What can you think when you get upset? What can calm you down? What do you do when you angry? What do? You lash out, you fight, you blow up, you shoot people, you hurt people, you kill people, it's like, what do you do? Be ye angry, but sin not. Sin not. Go and sin no more. It's like, because you keep falling, you keep falling, you keep falling. And you will never get nowhere. You like a sea tossed to and fro. Double-minded man, unstable. I love God, but in the dark. God coming for you. God like, you gotta come to me. Every man gotta come to me. Every man. So, he said, but he who does, he said, for everyone, he said, he who believes in him is not condemned, but he who does not believe is condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God. And this is the condemnation, that the light has come into the darkness. The Lord helped me. He helped me. He got me up out of the darkness. And now I'm a light. And I'm going to help many, many people get back to God. I'm going to expose the darkness. I'm gonna help you get on your feet and stay on your feet, but it's something you got to do. You got to say no to wrong, no matter how bad you want it. No matter how bad you being tempted, no matter how bad. I don't care if you hungry. I don't care if you need gas. I don't care. Yo, when Jesus was in a tough situation, the enemy, when Jesus was in the wilderness, the enemy came to Jesus, tempting Jesus. Jesus said, man shall not eat off bread alone. So when you ain't got food to eat, go to God. He who lacking anything, go to God. Cry out to God. Don't expect people to help you. People can't even help themselves. They in the dark. They broken. How can a broken person help you? They think they can be trying to help you. They be like, they be trying. They say, come stay by my house. And they meant that. That was so nice and sweet. But then they turn around and said, let's have sex. See? You like, man. Now I feel like I gotta give you something because I'm staying by your house. I just rather go stay on the streets. At least I won't have nobody harassing me thinking, oh, if I do something for her, she gonna give me something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you supposed to help people without expecting anything back. But you don't, because you do that because you're in sin. And you think you got money, you can get what you want, or you can get any girl that you want because you got money. I'm so glad everybody in the whole world ain't got money, because I didn't have a lot of money when I was in the dark. The world didn't want to give me anything. And I thank God, because I'm like, I couldn't afford drugs, but I was on drugs. And I'm like, so me not having a lot of money, because I would be buying drugs every single day. Me not having money, I'm a woman. I had to go and ask, a man, okay, smoke with me. Or find somebody that was give me some drugs. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't like that. And they never give you enough. And it's like, and the next day you out of the drugs. And it's like, dang, I gotta go do this again, get some more drugs. I don't never like giving my body to different people, but I was in sin. I was in the dark, and so I said, I quit smoking. I don't want to smoke no more. It was easy for me to let it go. I liked it, but I couldn't afford it, and I'm glad I couldn't afford it, because that was the hardest sin for me to let go of, smoking weed. That was the last wrong thing that I stopped doing. That I thought I needed. I was like, weed, Lord, it grows. It's in the earth. And he's like, that's right. It's in the earth. He said, your help come from above and not below. Your help come from me. A lot of people depend on weed to feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't afford it. Oh, imagine if you can afford it and you got all this money. When I became poor, it got me so close to God, and I realized how to get the blessings from God. That God blessings add no sorrow. When I became poor, I couldn't afford the drugs, and I didn't want to sleep with them. So I said, okay, I'll quit. The Lord started telling me, reminding me of everything I liked it about it and everything I didn't like about smoking. And every time he did let me smoke, because he ain't gonna stop you from doing what you want to do, because you got a choice. So every time I did smoke, I didn't enjoy it, because on my mind he was telling me, now look at your money, now look at your money, now look at your money. Now look at your money, now look at your money, look at your money. In the smoke, disappear before your eyes. And I'm like, I can't even enjoy this. And then next day I'm out and I need more. And so I was thinking about, okay, you got to break it down. I hate breaking the cigar down. And every time a police get behind you, you throw the whole blunt out the window. You go to jail because they smell it in your car. And it's like I was thinking of all the things I didn't like about it. They did that, and I was thinking about what do I like about it. Really nothing, because the high didn't last long. And it's like, you're right, Lord, I let it go. I really had to think about it. Like anything that you are doing that you really like, think about. It's like, think about if can you live without it. Think about waking up sober from that you like. Think about not depending on that drug every single day. How would your life be? Think about it. Picture yourself sober. That's what I started doing. Deep in drugs. You talking to somebody that, baby, I got a past too. I had to die to my flesh. I woke one morning, because every time I would roll me a blunt up before I go to bed. So when I wake up in the morning, I would just grab it, and that was the first thing I did. When I opened up my eyes, I reaching for my blunt, and so I laid in the bed one day. I pictured myself sober, and the enemy tried to hurry up and get that off my mind, because he knew once I stopped sinning myself, I had overcome the things. I'm dealing with my demons. I stopped pleasing them. I stopped feeding them. I started saying no to wrong to myself. I ain't doing that. No. I worked on myself. And then I ended up going out here in the world, and everybody else was doing the same thing I just got through working on, that I just passed the tests from. So they would come and tempt me, because the devil couldn't get me to kill myself no more. So he tried to use other people. So the other people will come and tempt me and be like, hey, here, hit this, smoke. Here, let's have sex. I give you money, this and this. And I'm like, no. I had to learn my lesson with that too. And because every time I would work on myself, and then I would get with somebody, and I would end up backsliding. So when they left, I ran right back to God. I repented. And then the Lord said, okay, you're going to have to start telling them no. I said, but Lord, I'm hungry. And I start depending on God for things, and stop depending on man. When they come to me, every time they would come to me and they would tempt me to do wrong, I would say no. That's how I grew, and that's how I drew close to God. I'm telling you, I worked on myself. I deal with my demons so I can deal with your demons. So now when they come to me, I be like, I know how to handle them now. I know how to handle people. And it's like, even the worstest ones, the ones that be ready to pop you upside your head, I know how to deal with them too. Have you ever imagined you being like Jesus? What would Jesus do? Have you ever imagined that you could deal with your demons first, and then you will learn how to deal with their demons? And you think they demons something. Woo, your demons was... Because I can say that. I can say that, because if when I was in the dark, my demons were worse than your demons. For a reason. The devil knew I was a hard one, a strong soldier for God. He knew, so he overwhelmed me with many problems. I did a lot of stuff. I did a lot of wrong. those wrongdoing was demons. I mean, I would start from smoking cigarettes to smoking weed to drinking to popping to smoking crack to smoking crystal to whatever. I was just going down the line, picking up everything. I mean, the devil wanted me to just be paddles, you know, and it's everything. I've been there. I know. I know. And I had to overcome so many. I had to deal with my problems. I had to stop falling down because I wanted to be in my flesh and wanted to do the things I wanted to do. I kept falling. I didn't like it. My inside, I didn't like it. But I was in something bigger than me and I needed help. Who can help me? Who can help me? I'm studied sinking. Dang, I just got introduced to another drug. Next day, introduced to another drug. Thank God that somebody wasn't around me with a needle, because I would have did that too. That's how much the devil wanted me dead. That's how strong he knew I was. So he overwhelmed me with many, many problems. And I overcame them all by the help of the Lord, because I kept forgiving people that hurt me. I kept loving people because I didn't know what else to do. Because my grandma said, love everybody. Treat people how you want to be treated. Those demons couldn't stop me from loving. They tried. Those demons couldn't stop me from sharing, giving. They tried. They tried to make me mean, but they couldn't, because I was raised with love. My grandma told me, love everybody. I didn't know what else to do but love. I didn't know how to stop loving. So, so I end up overcoming all those demons. I end up saying no to wrong. It started with me. My downfall was running after men's. Every time they came to me, I would believe them. That was my downfall. And then they would, want me to have sex. That was my weakness. And that's every man and woman weakness, right? Thank you for listening. Thank you. And so there's every woman weakness and every man weakness, a man and a woman. But when you start telling them, when you deal with yourself first, get in a relationship with God, you're going to have to let the wrong go. You're going to have to let it go, And once you start working on yourself, getting in a relationship with God, spending time with God, because being in a relationship, time makes a relationship. You're going to feel like nothing at first. You're going to be in your word and you're going to be seeking God, and you're going to feel like nothing is changing, nothing is happening. Your favorite TV show might pop on. Cut the TV off. The phone going to start ringing. Distractions going to start trying to stop you from getting to know God. Getting to know God was the best thing that ever happened to me, because when I saw that if I could be a hearer and a doer, that I wouldn't be deceived no more. And once I realized that if I be a hearer and a doer, I won't be deceived. And that's what I started doing. Once I realized that keeping my mind on God, He'll keep it in perfect peace. So every time trouble came, my mind would immediately go on God. Ain't nothing like everybody around you on the outside. Fight, 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 fight. Somebody trying to attack you. Hardcore up trying to attack you. And you keeping quiet. And you sitting in your mind crying out to God. Because you know you can't wrestle with flesh and blood. And watch how God take care of you. because you did what God wanted you to do. That you prayed in the midst of the storm. It's something you got to do. If you don't do what God say do, you're going to miss it. I started obeying God in the storm. I started being at peace in the storm. Nothing troubled me in this earth no more. When my mind try to get me to worry, I pray. Those are signs that it's time to pray. People might look at me from a distance and say, why she always by herself? I'm not by myself. God is with me. God is my best friend. No anybody can come around me. God, you got to have permission. God got to send you. I can be in the middle of a fairground. Ain't nobody finna come messing with me. My enemies can be looking for me in the middle of Walmart. God can hide me right in the middle of Walmart so that they won't hurt me. It is up to God who live and who die. I want to thank you for listening. Thank you so much. It makes me feel like you really love God and you really want to get it right with God. You know, and because I don't talk about nothing. I talk about something. I feel like if you're talking about God, you're talking about everything. And for the record, last night I dreamed about somebody took something from me. And guess what? They couldn't use it. So they threw it away. And guess what? They threw it in the garbage can. And guess what? I dreamed that I was looking in that garbage can, and guess what happened? I got my stuff back. What they stole, what the enemy stole from me, God showed me I got it back. God will show you every secret thing. It is worth being with God. It is worth obeying God. It is worth keeping your mind on God. It is worth getting to know God. It is worth getting a relationship with God. Don't try to date nobody. Don't let nobody stop you from getting to know God. Get to know God. Because if you don't know God, you in the dark. If you in sin, you in the dark to this day. I know you say you love God. That's all it takes. Okay, you love me? Okay, then obey me. Love me enough to obey me. Walk it. Actions speak louder than words. I can say all day long, I love you, I love you, I love you, and then ignore you. You say, do this, and I said, I ain't doing that. I want to do what I want to do, but I love you. That's crazy, right? Like, how would you feel? You know, I just want to help y'all. That's all. I want to thank y'all so much. If I have gotten any subscribers, I always say, Lord, bless my subscribers, because they're going to continue to keep coming. I know if you subscribe, you can catch me on here. I know if you subscribe and match the all bells notification, or if you don't match the all bells notification, my videos are going to pop up on your YouTube. But if you match the all bells notification, it's going to pop up on your notification. And you'll be here soon as I get on here saying, hello. That's how I start out every time. I start out with a smile, and I start out with hello. Well, a lot of people don't want to hear me because they love doing what they're doing, and they know that in order to follow God, you got to turn from your wicked ways. It's going to be worth it. Guaranteed. Man. he don't make a mistake and lock his keys up in his car. Ooh, and it's hot out there. Look. Dang, it sucks. At the movie, I'm like, this dude almost caught me. Man, I hope he get it open though. Let me show you why he not looking. He don't lock them keys up in that car, and he hot. He's sweating, boy. Boy, you gotta be careful. So, I'm gonna finish this scripture. And I want to thank Harper for giving it to me. Okay, so, and this is the condemnation that the light has come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light. You love darkness more than God. You love wrong more than right. You want to do right, but you always doing wrong, right? You want to do right, but you always doing wrong. That's how I know you need help. That's why you need God to help you with the wrongdoing. Call on the name of the Lord. Those who call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Those who endure to the end shall be saved. Other than that, men love darkness rather than light because their deeds were evil. They don't want to turn from their wicked ways and get the right help that they need. For everyone practice evil hates the light. For everyone practice evil, doing sin, doing wrongdoing. Every day, practicing evil, y'all hates the light and don't even know it. Lest his deeds shall be exposed. But he who does the truth comes to the light. And that's what I did. I love the truth. So I came to the light that his deeds may be clearly seen, that they have been done in God. So no one got to tell you what I did. My life been a testimony. I went through a whole lot to get to something. But everything that I went through, I went through a whole lot that I can be able to teach and help a whole lot of people that's going through the same thing. Because I did a whole lot of stuff, and I can help a whole lot of people. And it's a reason why God allowed me to go through all of that, because he knew I can handle it. Because I'm his soldier forever. So you have reached the end of this live. Thank you for the TikTok people who came on today. And thank you for listening to the end of this video. I pray that it will help you in your walk with God. I pray that you will turn from your wicked ways. Just say yes to God and just say no to wrong. I love you with the love of God, and I will hope to see you on the next live. Bye for now.